Why is Lil Durk cursed forever? Now, Lil Durk has been the voice of the trenches in Chicago for the past decade, being the poster child for gangsta rap and what it means to be real. But along with Durk's legendary success as a pioneer of drill rap in Chicago, Smirk has experienced many deaths and losses, with many people feeling that Durk was eternally cursed forever. From losing King Vaughn, aka V-Roy, his right-hand mans, his older brother D-Thang, who pretty much taught him everything he knew, who was killed outside of a nightclub, and his younger cousin OTF Newski, who was gunned down while sitting in his car. Many people felt that Lil Durk has had a dark cloud over his life and his career that will simply just never go away. Now today, we're breaking down the facts on the narrative, answering the question, is Lil Durk really cursed? Lil Durk has had one of the most dysfunctional upbringings of today's rappers. Now taking the torch from Chief Keef, dominating the Chicago drill scene, and even pushing his twin, King Vaughn, into the rap game as a superstar. However, early on, rapping came with a lot of attention and money, something that made him a deadly target in the Windy City, where Durk explained the cutthroat environment as early as 2012. Because once you start rapping, a lot of people hate on you. So if this don't go right, I'd have to deal with hatred and the violence. Now in Chicago, like many other inner cities with little to no opportunity, envy and jealousy were at an all-time high, with Durk admitting everybody in Chicago wants a name for themselves through killing, basketball, football, anything. It's a lot of jealousy. If one of the kids is trying to get their name up and he sees someone hooping, name getting up, he'll feel jealous and kill him just to get a name. It starts from young. Before Lil Durk would become a superstar rapper in Chicago, he would endure a lot of pain and hardships navigating the streets of Chirac. Now, Lil Durk was born in 1992 and grew up in the Black Disciple territory in the neighborhood of 64th and Normal Boulevard. Now, Lil Durk's Lamron crew, which is Normal spelled backwards, would identify as a Black Disciple and would be in allegiance with other rappers such as King Vaughn from O-Block and other Chicago rapper sets such as G Herbo, who all identified as Black Disciples. Chicago in the 90s was very dangerous, with the GDs, which are Gangster Disciples, and the BDs, which are Black Disciples, consistently being at war. Now, from an early age, Durk's father was in jail, and gang life, aka the streets, pretty much snatched Lil Durk off the porch. Now, Lil Durk's father, Big Durk, was a respected BD in Chicago, who went to jail with $8 million and 6 bricks hidden. But why was Lil Durk's affiliation to the Black Disciples so important to the story? You see, the BDs were a collective set ran by David Barksdale, aka King David, and Larry Hoover, the gang leader who recently actually pardoned Trump, who ran the Supreme Gangsters. Larry Hoover was a street leader who was very close to Big Durk and ran the BDs like a cult, orchestrating hits on many of their rivals in the 70s. Now, the loyalty of Big Durk was battle tested in 1993 when he was arrested for running a cocaine drug ring, and he was given the ultimatum that if he snitched on Larry Hoover, the, BD leader, he would be let off on probation and freed from jail. But out of loyalty to Hoover and honor to the street code, he refused to cooperate. But how did Lil Durk's father get 25 years affect him? Now, the absence of Durk's father profoundly affected the upbringing of Durk and his brother D-Thang, as they wanted to live up to their father's reputation and emulate his lifestyle by any means. My daddy was one of the big guys. I seen a lot of it growing up. My head was just everywhere. I'm like, man, I want to be just like him. They said that he got caught with $8 million and like 6 bricks. Now, Lil Durk, like many other rappers, would explain how he was a product of his own environment. And in another interview, Durk would explain the reason why many young children choose the street life. We didn't have no guidance. We didn't have no big homies. We didn't have nobody to tell us. We was just like a bunch of young wild N-words that were just ready to do whatever. A lot of guys went to jail. A lot of guys died. We the ones who got lucky and came out to be on top and still be alive and still be able to work. Lil Durk would take rapping seriously in 2012 and be consistent in signing with Def Jam. Now, Smirk would spend the next 5 years ducking his enemies and the law until reuniting with his evil twin, King Vaughn. But why was Lil Durk and King Vaughn so scary when they were together? Now, Lil Durk would be relevant through the 2010s, but in 2018, his stature was brought to new heights when King Vaughn, the most gangsta serial killer rapper with allegedly 7 bodies, appeared on The Breakfast Club. Now, a rapper fresh off beating 2 attempted murders and 1 first-degree murder in the Free World almost fell into the trap in his first interview, which led to this infamous cough of incrimination, or should I say incrimination, towards Charlemagne.
And I ain't gonna lie, like he ain't never say nothing about rapping.
How'd y'all meet?
Now we grew up together.
What made you want to sign him?
You got a name, nigga.
Young Kyle.
Young fresh it up. It's King Vaughn.
King Bob.
Yeah.
King Bob.
King Vaughn, V-O-N.
King Vaughn, I'm sorry.
K-I-N-G.
What made you want to sign King Vaughn?
Cause he got a whole story behind him. Know what I'm saying? He from O-Block.
Okay.
Know what I'm saying? That should speak for itself. Nah. But know what I'm saying? He just real. Know what I'm saying? His music. He just a real nigga. Just I fuck with him.
But what's the story? What's your story?
My story shit.
Yeah.
I just got out of jail for just beat a body into attempts. Like, December? I just got out, started rapping shit. I got the crazy story from the drop. Got the War With Us and got Problems out. Shit, right now, shit, I'm on up and coming shit.
So you was in jail for 2 murders?
Yeah, 1 murder and 2 attempts. I just beat.
How you beat that?
What you mean?
I mean, you didn't do it clearly, but I mean, like, how? I mean,
You
it's
had-
something to throw young black men
What he
in
did,
jail.
like,
So,
jury, like, you know,
lawyer.
like, you know, jury, yeah, look, you know. When all the way
How you beat
shit.
that? A jury, a little fucking.
Oh, you took it to trial?
You gonna
Yeah,
beat it.
for
You
sure.
you gonna beat it if you didn't do it. That's all. Your brother got on $500,000 worth of jury. He gonna have a lawyer. I'm saying that's how we move.
Was you ever scared at any point though?
Yeah,
Because you know
the
how
whole
they do
time.
this.
He had me scared. Shit.
Yeah, the whole time.
Keep up. You like?
Nah,
I
it's
ain't
like
getting no
I
job.
can't work no job in Chicago. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just saying.
Why not?
Why couldn't you work a job in Chicago?
I got a face card. Like I can't.
Oh, I got you. People know
Like
you.
say if I'm behind the counter at McDonald's, somebody coming out there do something crazy. And
Yeah. Shoot up
Yeah.
McDonald's for no damn reason.
yeah,
Just 'cause
something
you
like that.
worked there.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you got out, did you immediately lean on Durk? Like, I know, let me hit Durk and see if he got something for me.
No, he
I
ain't
was,
had- he ain't
you
had
know,
to.
we been in contact the whole time. Like he,
Gotcha.
See, it's a difference with me, bro. Like I really like be there with mine.
Mhm.
Like I ain't gonna leave him hanging and be like, "It's your 3rd time I'm quit." No, I was there. It's like his whole thing. I'm saying just like I was there, Rondo, his whole thing.
Vaughn wouldn't be able to get a job nowhere else, probably.
Over it.
Shit, when you get to that line, have you ever been convicted of?
He could then start making.
have you ever been
no
arrested
experiences doing nothing. I ain't, you know.
All right.
Word.
Now, during this time, Lil Durk and the NBA Youngboy beef was starting to heat up, and King Vaughn, being loyal to Lil Durk, inherited all of his enemies and was ready to go to war against NBA Youngboy's forfeiture camp, particularly Quan Rondo, because Youngboy was in jail. Now, the night was in November 2020, and King Vaughn was in Atlanta celebrating the release of his album Welcome to O Block at a club. Then he got the word that Quan Rondo was nearby and ambushed him outside the Monica Hookah Lounge in downtown Atlanta. Beating his ass, then Lil Tim, Quan Rondo's best friend, was shooting to kill King Vaughn in self-defense. Now, the death of King Vaughn put a dark cloud over Lil Durk, as he found out his best friend, who he knew since he was a child, died while he was on Instagram Live. But when he found out who the shooter was, Lil Durk allegedly put some money on people's heads in the streets. In 2022, the catchphrase slide for Vaughn became attached to Lil Durk, with rap fans encouraging him to crash out and avenge the death of his best friend. Now, in the song Who Wants Smoke featuring Nardo Wick, as was Nardo Wick's song actually, he would say, "They be on my page like slide for Vaughn, I know they trolling me. Outside what y'all big on me, beyond I keep them folks with me. Got it back in blood, y'all just don't notice how it's supposed to be. Calling for features to kill him because we know he's sweet." I think it's important to realize that the friendship between Lil Durk and King Vaughn was not based on the music business, as they have been friends since they were children. So the death of Vaughn and fans treating Durk like he was an L7, wasn't a stepper, and he wasn't going to do something, aka not a gangster, triggered him, and Lil Durk allegedly dropped the bag. Now, according to the U.S. Federal Marshals, they released a superseding indictment charging Durk and his 5 other co-defendants for boarding a plane from Chicago to California to commit the murder of Quan Rondo, aka TB, which failed miserably. With the feds charging Durk with conspiracy and the use of interstate facilities to commit a murder for hire, resulting in death, the use, the carry, and the discharge of firearms, and a machine gun, and the possession of such firearms in furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death, and lastly, possession of a machine gun. Now, I'm going to say it plain and simple. King Vaughn's uncontrolled aggression put himself in an early grave, and Durk's feeling like the breadwinner who can't be the crash out allowed members of OTF to use his OTF business credit cards to book flights and hotels in LA, which were used to stop Quan Rondo, in which he barely survived the shooting that killed his cousin. But was this retaliation by Lil Durk all worth it? Now, Lil Durk is currently facing mandatory life in prison under federal guidelines for avenging the death of his best friend, King Vaughn. A situation that could have been avoided, but what I will say is the same people who were calling Durk stupid for crashing out and putting money on people's heads were the same people making fun of Durk for not sliding and getting revenge for his best friend. And with all these series of unfortunate events happening, I understand why Durk felt the way that he felt, if he did any of this, which, is up to your imagination. Now, from losing Newski, his cousin, violently, and being blamed by Newski's mom, something they talk about on the song Pele Coat, from his father being in jail for most of his life, someone that he couldn't really interact with, and from losing his best friend, King Vaughn, which was all sudden, is Lil Durk the most cursed and unlucky rapper in hip-hop? Please let me know down below. Make sure you subscribe for the next video, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.